Yo, yo, yo. What is
Yo,
going
you
on,
forgot
man?
one. You already forgot one, dog.
Look,
Man, I don't even want to be
it's
here
going to be a
tonight.
good one, dog. Look, I'm happy. Max is mad. He's salty.
No, I'm not mad. I'm not salty. I'm just sad. I owe you wings, and Lakers won. That's a good sign,
Hey,
right?
Lakers did win in other news. But let's go ahead and get this intro, bro. If only the Eagles can go back to the glory days with Mike Vick, Deshaun
You mean
Jackson.
you mean Carson Wentz and the Super Bowl runs glory days? Man, I think we should start with the Sunday night game because that's what we usually do, and then we can
Yeah,
go
we'll
into
get
the
into it. But
we'll
look,
go
I
into
want to
Carson
ask,
Wentz now and Carson Wentz back in the day.
how was your Sunday, Max?
Other than that 3-hour window, and we were watching the game together, and you saw I gave up pretty early. I was like, it ain't. What did I say, Juan? What did I say? I said we gonna start moving the ball once we get down 20. What happened right when we hit 20?
And you continuously said we suck.
I didn't know, no doubt. I mean, you had a good like 5 minutes of being pissed off after that first
Well,
drive where Carr
okay,
threw a pick, and then
for
we're not even
those
trying to get into the game.
but look, but for those of you that don't know, when Max says we watched the game together, we watched it on the mic. We're Xbox guys, so we watched it with at the same time necessarily. But
The game clocks were
we
synced up though. It was kind of
exactly
nice
we
for a
get mad
change.
at each other, bro. We hate people that fuck up the game for us when they're too early or too delayed. But my weekend was cool. How was your Saturday, man? No, did you
It
watch
was
any
good.
fights?
I saw No Time to Die. James Bond. It was great. Really good movie. I really enjoyed it. I'm a big James Bond guy. Love Daniel
No.
Craig. Won't say any spoilers, but it was a good movie.
You didn't.
Can't
You're
stand
not a
Remy
horror.
Malik. Can't stand
You're,
him though.
you're not a horror guy. You don't like the Halloween
No, I get
movies.
scared. I'm scared of the dark.
You
So no,
scared?
I've only seen one horror movie in theater. I was tricked by my friends. Marco, shout out to him. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna go watch. What movie was it? I think it was Creed." I was like, "Oh, I'm down to see Creed." And we get there, and I'm like, "This don't look like Creed." And it was The Conjuring. I think part 2.
No.
I was nah. I'm not into horror movies at all. My little sister is, but I'm not.
No.
I'm not into it.
Nah, it was a cool weekend, man. Watched a little college football. I worked on Saturday, so I didn't really get to
How's your
do
fingy?
much. I got my stitches off tonight, bro. I have it wrapped up. It's fine. I have it wrapped up because it started bleeding a little bit when I took off the stitches, but I'm gonna be fine. Doctor said I did good. No infection, nothing like that. Just gotta wait for it to scab up. I'll be all right. I'm getting some feeling back. I'm being able to move it a whole lot more. So I'm good, man. This Sunday was great for me. I didn't have to deal with the Chargers. The Niners lost. The Raiders won. Couple underdogs
The
won.
Chiefs got their ass kicked.
Chiefs got their fucking shit kicked in. We're gonna talk about that. But like Max said, man, let's talk Sunday night because we usually start off with that, as Max said. Let's go into that. 49ers.
Way to have it ready. You already know it's at
I
the
know.
bottom. Come on, dog.
I know.
You
But
knew we were talking about it.
so Indianapolis Colts win in San Francisco, should I say Santa Clara?
Santa Clara.
Dude, it was a fucking rainy
Monsoon.
ass game.
This is why, to me, every football stadium should have a retractable roof. Because I like the elements to a certain extent. I like when it's a little cold. I have no problem with cold. I have no problem when it's hot. But this game just took away a lot of things about football that you love. It was slippery. The ball was slipping everywhere. Jonathan Taylor fumbled the first carry. Carson Wentz had a ball slip out of his hands that became a pick. Jimmy Garoppolo, same thing at the end, even though he's just trash to start with. I'm going there already. It just sucked because the elements really played a huge factor in this game.
Yeah, they did. I like football games that have the weather going on. Like if every game had that, it doesn't really make it football. Like that's football in my opinion. You got snow, you got wind, you got rain. That's the beauty of it, bro. Every other sport's not like that. Every other sport you kind
I will
of
say though, just to play devil's advocate on like every NFL thing should have a retractable roof. This is one game a year probably that's like this, right? There's like three to four
there's
games
probably
a year.
about Chicago has some bad weather.
Pencil in one game in Green Bay, maybe one
Well,
game
we
in New
kind of had
England.
them. Was this worse than New England?
So far, it's been the worst weather conditions we've had for a game, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Other than the Raider game because of the inclement weather.
I don't think the Raiders have to worry about weather for a while now, at home at least.
They have to worry about a baseball diamond for 30 years, though.
Let's get into the actual game. Carson Wentz, go over a couple stats for you guys. 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, got sacked once. Garoppolo, 16 for 27, 181 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, was sacked twice. His QBR is 7.8.
He had a fumble. He had a fumble too, I want to add.
Oh my goodness. The running backs played amazing in this game. Jonathan Taylor, this is his 4th week in a row that he's been dominating, I think 100 yards plus.
They
Elijah
had
Mitchell,
identical games. 18 for 107 for both running backs.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's great. But it wasn't enough for the Niners. Max, your thoughts on this game?
Well, first of all, Dre Kirkpatrick needs to hang him up because Michael Pittman T&D'd him on that last play. I know you know the one I'm talking about. The deep shot. It wasn't really a deep shot, but he lobbed it up to him.
Yeah.
And he got mossed. Look, if I'm a Niner fan, I think the season might be over for y'all. I think this is a game, like you said earlier, if Trey Lance played, I think they might win this game. Yeah. Just because this game was all about running, the elements made it so. Trey Lance brings a whole different dynamic to the run game. They could have used that tonight. This Niner team, they have talent. I know there's a lot of people banged up. Kittle's banged up. Raheem, all the running backs. The defense is banged up by corner. But this was a must-win game for them, and they lost it. The right team won. The Colts outplayed them.
I couldn't agree more with you, Max. This is a horrible loss for the Niners. Me and you going into this game, we're thinking this is do or die for both teams. It seems like the Colts have had their season on the line for the past 4 weeks now, it seems. But they got the job done and the Niners didn't. That's the reality of it. And what brings me to this is how long is Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch going to have this excuse for every time they lose?
I know that there doesn't seem to be any type of rumbling that
nothing.
It's kind of surprising he's had one winning season there. I know, I get it. They joined a shitty team to start. You had to build it up from the depths of hell. But at some point, the injuries, I get it. Like, injuries suck, right? The Eagles are always hurt the last 2 years of Wentz. It didn't matter for Doug Peterson. Didn't matter for Carson Wentz. They were both shipped out of town.
Right.
So now you've had a mismanagement of the quarterback position since day one. Mm-hmm. Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, neither guy seems to look the part of a franchise quarterback. I get Trey Lance has a lot to learn, and he's played one game. I'm not really mad about that. But Jimmy G's trash. He's never been that good to me. Yeah. I know people can hit me with look at the Niners record and stuff. They've had a great football team. They've won in spite of him. He's the Jared Goff. Yeah. He's the Jared Goff of the Rams on the Niners. That's all I'm going to say, man.
And I think it's safe to say I was texting Joey today or tonight. I sent him this. He was pissed as shit. I sent him this. The 2-4 mood. 49er fan. Soaking wet, bro, in the rain with his Kittle. It looks like a new Kittle jersey. Brand
of course
new,
it is. You can't.
As expected from a 49er fan. But he was pissed. He told me, F you. I know we suck. So even Joey is throwing in the towel. He feels like Garoppolo has played his last game as a 49er, as a starting quarterback for the 49ers, should I say. And I think that's absolutely true. Trey Lance needs to get healthy, and he needs to play, bro. Straight up, he needs to freaking play. There's no other way around it. It's probably gonna look ugly. He's not gonna win this year. Probably. This season is lost, most likely. They're out of the division race. And hate to break it to you, Niner fans, the NFC is fucking loaded. Like, whoever has to play the 5th seed, the 6th seed, and the 7th seed, it's going to be a hassle because you're going to have to either play the Vikings, who ain't no slouch, and then either the Rams or the Cardinals. I mean, it looks like the Cardinals are going to win the division, but damn, like, you're going to have to play
Saints. Maybe
the Saints too in the mix. The NFC is loaded, Max. We all know that.
Definitely.
Yeah,
we've been saying that. And on the Colts side, real quick one, we didn't really talk about that much. Jonathan Taylor, like you said, great game. Carson Wentz, I know it says he only threw for 150 yards. He had 100 yards probably in PIs where they should have been caught that they PI'd on. So really, he threw for 250 yards. Don't let the stats mislead you. He looked good today. He's looked good the last 4 weeks. Hey, Eagles, good job. Now we have a franchise guy. And I want you to talk about the new franchise guy for the Eagles if you're ready to move on. Because you had a really interesting thing you said to me watching the game.
Yeah, man. So let's move on to the Raiders. Like Max said, Raiders wind up getting the dub.
Was it that close one? Was it that?
It wasn't close. The game not wasn't at all, close. Right? No, the game wasn't close.
Tell me one. When you guys got up 20, how hard did we start playing?
I wouldn't say you guys started playing hard. I would say you guys started moving the ball. Yeah. And I told this to Max. Besides the first drive, me and Max weren't talking to each other the first 30 minutes of this game. So both me and Max seen the Eagles drive first, and then the Raiders came down the field and they scored. So it was 7-7. When the Eagles came down on the Raiders 7-0, to me, it felt like a blowout. It didn't feel good to me.
And then Carr throws a pick as they're driving.
Yeah, Carr throws a pick. Yeah, excuse me. I said that they scored on their opening drive. They didn't. Yeah, you're right. He threw a pick. We made it all the way to the red zone, though. Ball behind Jalen Richard. Interception. It is what it is. Ever since then, though, after that, it was a fucking demolition of the Eagles. And Jalen Hurts flat out just did not play good. And we had a friend today. Shout out to Dak. Dak was telling us like, hey, why don't you guys do more fantasy? You know, I feel like you guys have a lot of knowledge and you guys would, really get some good advice about fantasy, which I don't doubt him. I really don't. Me and Max both told him like, yeah, but in a way, like me and Max kind of despise fantasy just a little bit. And I know I'm more of a fantasy guy than Max is, but me and Max will both agree. A guy like Jalen Hurts is where people get mixed up from a good fantasy player and a good football player. Because if you watch this game from first quarter all the way to fourth quarter, Jalen Hurts played like absolute shit. He just did. It was bad balls. It was fumbling snaps. It was
oh my god,
holding on to the ball for too long.
That snap kills me. I want to throw up. He finished the game 18 for 34, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. It looks respectable, right?
Yeah,
it's all
fantasy players are like, Hurts had a good game.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He didn't at all. He played bad. I don't know what to say. There's games he's had a worse stat line and played better. That's just the nature of football. I thought Derek Carr, 31 for 34, he dotted us up all game. Take out the interception, he's 32 for 30, 31 for 33, or 30 for 30, whatever. He played amazing.
Best completion rating. No, not rating. Most, what is it? I forgot what they put on it. I don't know if it was most best completion rating. Something about his completions. Best of any quarterback of all time with 35 or what was it? 31 passes minimum. Something like that. Like it was ridiculous. And Carr wasn't throwing these little 5 yard outs. He was slinging the ball. downfield.
All over the field. All over the field. We play bad. I felt like our O-line our D-line couldn't even get going. Like, Carr didn't get sacked. I know we had a little bit of pressure, but I felt like it didn't even matter what we did. We're just bad. We're bad. Our
Fletcher
team's
Cox
old.
kind of sounded pissed in your guys' press conference.
They
asked him, why didn't they get pressure on Carr? He flat out said, like, dude, he got rid of the ball quick. We couldn't get there.
It's true. Is he wrong?
Yeah. No, he's not.
We can't.
But it kind of seemed, he was frustrated. He's obviously frustrated.
Look, he hasn't been a part of a losing season in a while. We've been pretty good for the last 4 years, other than last.
Yeah.
So I understand the frustration as an Eagle fan. I'm frustrated. I'm so tired of hearing all the positivity towards Jalen Hurts. I'm tired of Bleacher Report. You know what? Fuck you, Bleacher Report. He's not good. I don't give a shit what you guys say. I don't care what anyone tells me. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. He hasn't done anything for this team. We beat Atlanta and we beat the Panthers, who imploded. No. He has not been good. Because all last year I had to hear you, Joey, anyone I knew say Carson Wentz sucked. He's the problem. So what's the problem now, Juan? What's the problem? Oh, yeah, we're a bad football team. It's not just one guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we shipped Carson Wentz out of town. We got rid of Doug Peterson. And look where we are, Juan. 2-5, and we suck.
Yeah.
We suck.
I think it really showed today. Yeah.
You know what? He still could be the guy. But right now, he sucked this year.
Yeah, I don't think
2 good games.
You're talking about Jalen Hurts, right?
Jalen Hurts, man.
I think it was
it pisses me off that we don't hold this guy the same way Carson Wentz. Yeah, he's second-year player. Cool. Carson Wentz was an old guy. You know what? Carson Wentz was good for 4 years. He was bad last year. That's it. You can't. No one else can tell me nothing different, bro. Okay, you call me stubborn? Prove it to me. Show me the film. That's all I go off of. I don't give a shit about those stats. Jalen Hurts had 236 yards today. No interceptions.
Yeah,
I don't care. He played bad.
Most definitely.
I'm done with my little rant. I'm sorry.
No, I love it. I love it because, a lot of Eagle fans and a lot of fans out there just flat out don't recognize that.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Bleacher Report. I'm just sick of all the comments of people in your comments. It's not necessarily you. It's just the whole media landscape. It's just the narrative of this sport. And certain guys get stuck with narratives, right? Like how Derek Carr's a bad quarterback. It's been a narrative for what? 15 years? 5 years? He's the problem with the Raiders?
Right.
It's like stupid, bro. It's like, what do you guys watch?
Yeah, if you want to hear my Derek Carr rants, I had one last week. I've had
Raider podcast.
Yeah, look, I feel like this team is just. I'm not gonna say they're legit. I'm not gonna come up here and say they're a Super Bowl team or anything like that. I would just flat out say the Raiders are a really good team. I think people need to accept that. Wow. I think they're a really good team. Their defense is solid.
You're not unbiased, are you?
No, you're but it's real though. You
guys are good.
No,
I'm not gonna say really good.
I think they're a really good team.
Look,
are they elite?
I'll say this: y'all better than the Eagles.
If there's tiers in the AFC, we're second tier.
Third.
Stop.
You top of tier 3.
No.
I feel like there's only 2 teams in the top of the tier for the AFC.
For tier 1?
Yeah, I feel like it's Buffalo. Maybe
Baltimore. Can't really say that now.
Yeah, I would say maybe Buffalo and Baltimore in tier 2s, like Chargers, Titans, and
I feel like we're in tier 2. I feel like
I just trust those teams more because they've been good before. That's what
I get you. But look, whether you want to say really good or not, I don't give a fuck what you say, Max. I don't care what all the haters say. I think flat out the Raiders are good. And people need to start accepting.
No, I said they were good. I said they were a good team.
No, I mean, but how many fucking games do we have to? How many games are we gonna have to win until people start giving us respect?
This is when the implosion happens. So as long as y'all don't,
you said that week 3.
But y'all start
every fucking week. You guys say
so no. I'm sorry. I got to see it to believe it. Y'all implode. You know this game, like New York Giants.
That. No, you said that shit about the Dolphin game. You said that shit about the Charger game, then the Chicago game, and then it was the Denver game, and then now it's the Eagle game.
Come on,
every fucking week.
I need one more week. One more week of not.
Everyone says it, and then after next week, you're gonna need another week. And
what was your record last year, dog? What was your record last year?
We went 9-7.
What'd you start?
We started off
6-2.
6-3.
Okay, see, I'm still on the timeline for implosion.
It's all right.
I'm still on timeline.
All I'm saying, Max, you and a lot of other people, every single week I hear it when they pick the Raider game. I need to see one more week. Let them win this week.
I mean, look,
and then we win.
I've been burnt
and then
by
we
y'all.
win. Hold on. And then we win. And you still not on the wagon. When the fuck we gonna get our respect? Like LeBron
you already
said,
know
I want my goddamn respect.
You know I already hitched my wagon to a different team in the AFC West. You already know I hitched my wagon there a long time ago.
And they got their ass spanked. They on a bye week. They couldn't get their ass spanked this week.
They didn't lose this week.
Any other thoughts on the Raiders that you liked and your thoughts on them overall?
I think this team's offense would be even better with a healthy Josh Jacobs, but it doesn't look like that we're going to get that.
I think they got something going with the offensive line, though.
Yeah, it looks like much.
You guys have a hell of a defensive line. You can question the effort today. You guys can question the effort today, but the Eagles, all I know, all season, something that's been consistent is Hargrave, Sweat, and Cox. They whoop some ass up front, regardless.
You know that duo Sweaty Cox right there.
And the Raiders offensive line came out, and I felt like they bullied the Eagles today. Some big motherfuckers up front, and
y'all were pushing us off the ball. We got to move on. One, we can't just make this to a Raiders podcast.
No, I don't get. Look, I'm gonna talk Raiders. All right, there wasn't that many good games. We got time. Let me.
This wasn't a good game.
What you mean?
This was a blowout. This guy's a good game.
All right. But Colton Miller, I want to reiterate what he said. It was a big stride today for the offensive line for the Raiders.
I agree, 100%.
All right.
I think we should hit some blowouts, some very key. I think we should hit 1, 2. I think we should hit 3 blowouts real quick.
Okay. Well,
I'm not talking about Kansas City because that was a blowout, but we'll hit that because I think that's more of a talking point. Okay, so let's go to the Bucs versus the Bears. 3-38. This game was terrible for the Bears, man. How was Matt Nagy not on the hot seat? Justin Fields, 3 interceptions today, 3 fumbles, 6 turnovers, basically.
Yeah, it was tough.
I get it's the Bucs, but it was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. Justin Fields probably had his worst day as a pro. I thought he handled himself pretty well, though. I love the guy's body language. I never thought that he was out of the game. A lot of those picks weren't really his fault, to be honest. There are a lot of tip balls and drop passes, but the Bucs are legit. They handled business. One thing about the Bears, Max, they got the best defensive line in the league, arguably. You can argue that. They got the stats to back it up. They lead the league in sacks. And the Tampa Bay offensive line took that as a challenge this week, and they answered the bell. They straight up manhandled the Chicago Bears up front. They gave Tom Brady all the time in the world.
I thought they did too, but I felt like the defense of the Bears was just put in bad situation after bad situation this week.
No. Well, it started off from the get-go, though. Like,
yeah, it was 21-0 in the first quarter.
I felt like Mike Evans had 3 touchdowns in a blink of an eye.
I know we were watching. We had like Red Zone on, and I was like, "Oh my god, bro! Did you look at the Bears?" And you're like, "What happened?" You're like, "Oh no."
Yeah,
the Bears. I'm like, I'll still say this: the Bucs still have some defensive problems. I'm not going to consider a good showing against the Bears offense as a good defensive showing. Right. Like, I get it. The Browns are the same thing, and then they gave up 46 points to the Chargers. Yeah. So let's not say the Bucs defense is bad, but this is a good little step to get right.
Are we gonna be that podcast, Max, that talks about MVP already with Tom Brady?
No, it's Kyler. But yeah, we're not talking about it. And I think that's a good segue. Let's go to the Texans somehow put up 5 points. That's an interesting score.
Hey man, it started off 5-0. I know Houston, Texas.
Oh, I know. What was the spread on this game? I think it was probably like 14 points. If they said, let's make it 20.
I want to say it was like 17 or 16, bro. It was bad. Me picking the spread, I suck at it. I did a parlay today. I needed the Rams to cover. I I thought the Bears can cover. They sure as hell didn't cover.
Oh no!
And for the Cardinals to cover. So only the Cardinals winded up covering for me. That's the only one I got right. Cardinals winded up beating their ass 31-5. It was a shellacking. Shout out to Max. Edmonds, Connor. I mean, they're freaking loaded, man. It seems like your boy Zach Ertz turned the clock.
Showed signs of life for the first time in several years.
Look, obviously they beat their ass, Max. And we gotta handle one thing. Is this the Super Bowl team? Do you feel confident that they're a legit Super Bowl team?
No, I don't think they're a Super Bowl team.
Who is, real quick, in your opinion?
The Bucs, the Rams are really the two I'm really sold on right now.
A Rams team that they beat.
They did beat the Rams. I'm not going to deny that. The Rams had a bad showing.
Yeah.
I just think in the long run, that Rams defense, Stafford getting right, and obviously the Bucs. Do I have to say anything about the Bucs, or we all know why I'm saying the Bucs are a Super Bowl
we know
team?
why. They're a known commodity.
I think I put them in the same aspect I put the Green Bay Packers in. Yeah. I can see them getting there, but I wouldn't put money on it right now. I need to see a little more, but man, they have everything on it. Like I said, I just need to see a little bit more. And maybe I'm just that type of guy. I just want to be sure. Yeah. They have all the makings of a Super Bowl team. Are they one? Yeah. And Cliff Kingsbury, I got to give him props, man. He's done a great job this year. 7-0. Me and you talked about in the preview, he's holding them back. Does he hold them back?
I don't think so.
No,
I think I like their balance. I really do. I think I was mentioning you this during the game. I was like, man, it seems like they have a couple different play styles. Today they were throwing the rock all over the place, obviously, because the Houston Texans suck. They spread them out. They use their fast guys with Rondale Moore and a little bit more Edmonds in there. But when they play a team where it's going to be a tough out like the Rams, they bring in a guy like James Conner and they run a little bit different sets. I've seen them run, a little bit less shotgun and really play power football.
I like the twin tight ends they've been using this year. I know they lost Max Williams, but you know who they're playing next? The Cardinals?
Yeah, Green Bay Packers.
Thursday Night Football. That's going to be a test for them.
Yeah,
I really want to see that game. I feel like I'll get a better grasp if they're a Super Bowl team after that game.
Really?
Really quick, I think Isaiah Simmons has been huge for this team. Obviously, Buda Baker, Byron Murphy. They've been good. Like, this is a team that's offense gets so much publicity, but I feel like the defense has been super underrated this year.
And that's where I'm going to go, the defense. And that's why I'm not for sure sold on them.
You're not sold on JJ?
Contender.
Quick mention, JJ Watt. He played good he did not play hard against the little team. He had a decent game, but he wasn't like revenge
Hopkins
game.
did.
D-Hop he's out there, man.
The playbook had a little bit more extra calls for him this week, but that's why I don't see him as a for sure contender, as confident as I am into a team like the Bucs or even the Bills, for that fact of the matter, is because of their defense. And that's what I'm looking forward to, like you said, against the Green Bay Packers. That's the ultimate test. You're going to be going against Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has been hot this year, besides week 1. But yeah, that's a great test. I know their offense is good. Their offense is legit. But how is their team going to respond to a veteran quarterback like that with Aaron Rodgers? Mm-hmm. That's a different level. This is a team that you might see in the playoffs. So it's going to be great. If they wind up answering the bell, it's going to be hard to deny it. It's every single test that they've had, you're like, fuck, they do it. They conquer.
They're rolling. Green Bay's rolling. They're 6-1 after a horrific start, like you said. If you want to go there real quick, they played Washington today. Washington had so many chances. And they just Green Bay's defense said we will not break under any circumstance. I think they had the ball in the red zone 3 times. Heineke had he got stuffed on the quarterback sneak. There was another one they had a turnover on downs. They had a bad fumble.
The score did not tell the story for this game. The final score was 10-24. Washington had about, if I can count, about 4 red zone trips, Max. They got 0 points. Whether it was Heineke giving himself up and they called him down.
Oh, that was horrific. That was horrific. He had a missed field goal.
Yeah, Gibson fumbling the ball, a couple of interceptions, I think. It was bad, okay? I thought Washington's offense played good enough until they got to the red zone. It should have been a lot closer.
Played really good today.
Yeah.
Really.
In the second half they did.
They only gave up 24 points, and you can make the case 14 of those were off turnovers in really bad positions.
Yeah, I felt
they were so close to sacking quarterbacks on a weekly basis. They just can't get there.
I felt like they got beat by Aaron Rodgers because they shut down the run. The Packers only had 57 yards rushing, and they were trying to run the ball to run out that clock. And the rushing for a football team, Heineke, man, 10 carries for 95 yards. He was running for his life out there, it seemed like. The Packers defense, I like what I seen as far as creating turnovers, and I like what they got going with Gary today, Rashawn Gary, little signing of him, 2 sacks for the guy, man. This is a dude that got drafted out of Michigan, high pick in the first round.
I liked him a lot coming out. You weren't sold. You weren't really a big Gary guy.
I like what I seen today, though. I really did.
He has these games, though. He's just real big game type of, not like a big game, but he's gonna have a big game, or he's not gonna. You might not see him the whole game.
Yeah, and Packers, like we said, play Arizona next week, so big test for them. Green Bay is who they are. I feel like they're gonna wind up going. What is it this year? 13-4 or 14-3. Yeah, one of those records. They're gonna be good. We'll see what they do in playoff time, though. Another blowout. We'll get to the last one. That we're
Giants
not
and Panthers.
No, let's go Jets. Let's go Jets.
Oh, yeah, there's 2 more. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, 2 more. Well, there's technically 3 more, but one of them, big talking point. So Jets wind up getting their ass kicked, get 50-burgered on by the Patriots, 54-13. Oh my goodness. This was
they lost Zach Wilson to a knee injury. They have no idea how bad it is.
Yeah. Mac Jones' best game by far.
They did whatever they wanted, man. They did whatever they wanted. The defense was rolling. The offense was rolling. They rushed for 150 yards, threw for 400 yards.
Yeah.
It was a complete butt kicking.
Right. Yeah, it was bad. But Patriots, they're still 3-4. I think the Bills still got that division. The Patriots, I felt like I feel like the Patriots just have the Jets number. I would have loved to see what Zach. Yeah, I would have loved to see what Zach Wilson did. It's a shame that he got hurt, unfortunately, but Patriots put up a 50-burger, bro. We'll see how it goes.
They believe he suffered a PCL injury to his right knee. ACL seems to be fine, and MCL. Dude, he took some big hits. Really big hits.
What's the next one? What
I think we should hit the Panthers, another New York team, Panthers at Giants. We said if the Panthers lose this game bad, we're done. We're off the bandwagon. We totally are. Sam Darnold got benched. Juan called it. Not that PJ Walker did much anything else. This offense is putrid, man, without Christian McCaffrey. It's three good weeks, and I think everyone's kind of figured them out. Darnold's forcing the issue when he doesn't have to. And I was sold on him after 3 weeks because I always thought Darnold was kind of a underappreciated asset, but no, he's been bad. Good Darnold and bad Darnold.
He has. I think a lot of people, seen the good out of because no one was watching the Panthers the first 3 weeks. And like I said last week, I went through all the tape, every single snap that Sam Darnold took, and he just flat out was underwhelming. I thought he just was not that good as far
and it's not like they've been able to run the ball either, I'll say. Chuba Hubbard's not been very productive.
Exactly. Just terrible game by them. Their defense, I still have faith in their defense. Their defense is not the problem. I think their defense is going to be transformative next year, hopefully. Maybe they can get it together this year, but it's tough, man. I'm gonna put the blame on Sam Darnold. A little bit of a percentage has to go to Joe Brady, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to put some on Joe Brady. The offense has been bad, not just Darnold. The protection, it's kind of all failing together, and Darnold's just compounding the problem.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Jets though gotta win 2-5. We'll see how.
The Giants.
Yeah,
Giants.
This game started off 5-3. It seemed like football got a little bit inspired by the World Series and getting some baseball scores in there. Let's go next game. This one was a big storyline. Kansas City Chiefs, bro. What is up with the Chiefs?
They're in trouble. I'm not
3-27.
We can't keep saying oh, they're the Chiefs. They're the Chiefs. Well, this Chiefs team only scored 3 points. When was the last time the Chiefs scored 3 points in a game?
Sheesh.
Defense didn't go up a point the second half. Didn't give up 1 point. The problem is the offense is the same. People kind of know how to get around it. The bad teams, like the Eagles, they'll get torched by it because we suck. But the Titans, who have good coaching, have decent players, they'll scheme it up, they'll stop it. Patrick Mahomes threw for he threw for 206 yards, 1 pick. And the pick was kind of bad luck. I know everyone's reacting to the picks. He's had a lot of picks where the receivers have done him no favors. He has made some really awful plays, and one was really thrilled. Not for the injury, but he was so happy to see Patrick Mahomes get hit today.
Look, I just enjoyed the Chiefs.
Please don't be hurt, but I really want him to be just banged up because he almost got decapitated.
He did get decapitated. It was bad. Any news on Patrick Mahomes, Max?
I'll look it up, but I was pretty sure he was fine. He didn't come back into the game, but it was a blowout.
Yeah, it was bad. Look, I don't think it's the offense. I really don't. I think it's just carelessness.
I think you're wrong. It's part of the problem is the offense.
I don't think so. Maybe the offensive line, but
that's part of the offense. And they can't run the ball, Juan.
I'm saying play calling, though. I don't think nothing's wrong with the scheme, Max.
I think there is a problem with the scheme because they can't throw the ball short. Like, when was the last time you seen Tyreek Hill catch a? It seems like they're always trying to go get 50 at a time. To me, I think a big problem is, and we talked about this, I feel like Sammy Watkins would have a big game up in here. Like, he was the master of the intermediary and short game. I don't see that role for this team. Do you?
Yeah, everyone thought it was going to be Mecole Hardman. It's not.
He a gadget guy at this point, man. He a gadget guy.
Yeah, I feel you, but what I see, I just see carelessness. I see reckless abandon, just plays that you shouldn't be making at this, at some of these games. Their fundamentals are way off, just like doing the simple stuff. You got to go back to the simple stuff. I've been saying it over and over. I know your offensive line is bad. Okay, get the ball out sooner. Change up the offense.
Short passing game. They don't really have that one. For so long they've said, "Hey, Mahomes, go back there, make some magic, and we'll be good." And you know what? Sometimes the magic's not always there. And sometimes this guy's running for his life, and even when he has a clean pocket, he's kind of like, "I want to get out of here because how many times can I really trust my line? They've let me get killed how many times?"
I get you, but there's some times where he's just doing way too much.
Well, no, I agree. He's doing too much. But if you think about it, he's kind of has to do too. Like, a lot of the times I thought today where he was trying to do too much, they were down by 20 points.
No.
It's like, I got to go make a play.
No. So it's a seesaw for the Chiefs, bro.
The defense is putrid, Juan. I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to cut you off. They are trash. Who do they have? One good player right now? Like, I know Chris Jones and Tyrann Mathieu. Everyone's going to say, "Oh, they're good players." Are either of those guys making plays?
Nick Bolton,
Willie Gay.
Willie Gay did get a pick.
I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, who's making plays on the defense?
Yeah. It's shocking.
And Chris Jones
honestly.
got hurt with a groin strain, and Tyrann Matthews banged up.
Because what are they now? They're 3-4.
3-4.
Man,
they're not out of it. But if it's trending bad, it's not trending in the direction you want to see.
I think this is the biggest surprise of the year, by far. If you would have told me,
I didn't really call it, but I said maybe this is just the year it kind of falls apart.
Not like this, though.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I kind of said something, but it wasn't all the way.
You were more saying under the lines like, yeah, they'll probably do good, but don't be surprised if they lose in the first round.
Yeah, I said maybe they'll miss the playoffs. It's just a lot of football, man, and teams adjust to them, and they maybe need to go back to the drawing board a little bit.
Of a fatigue factor? Do you see that at all?
I think a little bit. I think Mahomes is hurt. Like, I don't think he moves as well, and I haven't really loved what I've seen from Orlando Brown and Joe Thuney. I thought those guys could really be counted on.
Yeah.
But the O-line, like Trey Smith's okay, but it just seems like teams just have such a beat on how they protect. Doesn't matter what they do. Bro, Patrick Mahomes' QBR was 6 in this game. 6.
That is insane, bro.
And I would say as bad as he played, like there was a lot of plays he made only he could make to get them going a little bit,
And they kind of stopped Derrick Henry.
He had 86
yards only. It's not bad.
Too bad they didn't stop anyone else.
Too bad they didn't stop him throwing touchdowns.
Yeah, AJ Brown. Too bad they didn't stop that.
What about the Titans, Max?
I liked what I saw. I liked what I saw from them, man. I'm still
AJ
not
Brown
sold on
finally got involved.
I'm not really sold on them, Juan, because the defense is a huge question mark. But the offense, no issue. They have something no one else has. They have Derrick Henry, and he's capable of winning a playoff game by himself.
Yeah.
Look, I want to say this: he should be in the MVP talk. Should he not? Not that I want to have that discussion. Yeah, Derrick Henry.
I don't think so. Just because, oh man, it's tough. I not yet. It's close. It's up there.
Okay.
It's up there. I just think it's because there's so many quarterbacks right now playing well.
I get that. I just wish it wasn't such a quarterback-driven award, but that's just the nature of football.
Yeah.
Real quick,
if he gets over 2,000 yards
again,
should they give it to him?
I think so.
I think obviously the Titans have to do good.
Yeah, if they're like 13-3 and he's going crazy, yeah, I would. But real quick before we move on, what's your panic meter for the Chiefs? I'd say it's 7 right now.
I would say about a 6.5.
Okay.
Not so fast on them, just because the AFC is kind of weak. So they got some time to figure it out. Let's move on to one of the big storylines of the day. I'm sorry for all the Bengal fans who are watching this because we took so long to talk about it. But the bullies.
Is this one of those games, real quick, where it was closer than what it looks like?
No, I think it was.
I think it was close to the third quarter, and then it just.
I don't think so, Max. I'm not going to agree with that. I thought they beat their ass.
That's what. No, I'm saying though. At halftime, it's 10-13. Baltimore comes out and scores at 17-13, and the Bengals just pop on them.
It was closer than it should have been. I'll tell you that much. At that point, you're saying it should have been way worse. It should have been already a blowout, and it finally got there.
I don't think so. I really don't. But let me hear your reasoning. Give me your thoughts.
I thought Joe Burrow played amazing. 416 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. I think obviously the storyline is Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, but the defense.
It's not Jamar. It's Jamar.
Jamar. He's the new Jamar. Jamar Chase. He's legit.
Jamar.
I mean, one of the best duos in the league.
Some people in our podcast didn't have them as the number 1 pass catcher.
Oh, shut up. It was don't try to make me sound like I was down on Chase.
You were a little down. I
was not down on Chase.
You had him too, and he ain't too.
Oh my goodness. Hey, that guy Kyle Pitts is still really good.
Got a hell of a. Well, we'll talk about him next. How about that?
Yeah,
we'll talk about him next.
But
Jamar Chase. Go ahead, Juan.
Forget about Jamar Chase for a moment. How about this Cincinnati Bengals defense. The defense came out to play. I
And
think
the
you have
second
to
half
start.
shut down.
You have to start respecting this team. They're a really good defense, Max. They got some players that nobody really knows of, but they're legit. Like they got one of the best safety combos, in my opinion, in the league. I think it's similar to Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. I think they're gonna get to that point. Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde has played in a lot more bigger games than these guys. So obviously they got the respect.
But they're like young. They're young Micah, young Jordan.
They really are. Jesse Bates, we know what he brings to the table, but Von Bell, I think one of the most underrated safeties out there right now in the league. He is playing fantastic. I actually liked Von Bell out of Ohio State. Shout out to Ohio State. He was on the Saints for a little bit, wound up going to the Bengals. He's been legit. Hubbard, they got the pass rusher in him, and then they got the linebacker that eats up everything with Wilson. Like they have all the pieces. The one thing that's really like a question mark is their corners. But their corners answer the bell every week.
Yeah, they hold up. They really hold up. You didn't even mention Larry Ogunjobi, Trey Hendrickson, the big guy they signed this year.
Yeah.
They played hard. Like I said, this game was close, and the Bengals said, "Nah, we're going to make it a blowout," and that's what they did in the fourth quarter and the third. Ravens kind of got in panic mode. They started going for it a lot earlier, and I think that's you're gonna start seeing a lot in these NFL games. Scores like this. It was close, and the Ravens, they were down by 10 points at the end of the third. They were going for it, and they didn't get it, and it just started spiraling out of control. And that's how you lose by 24 points that quickly. And Jamar Chase made one of the craziest plays we've seen in recent history. He got hit by, 3 people stayed on his feet. I don't think people realize how fast he is because there was a play where he did an in-breaking route, and I think you know the play I'm talking about. No. He was running like from the left hash to the right, so he's running like horizontally. No one caught him. He just kept running away from them, and that's where I talked about. That's how elite of an athlete this guy is. He's more explosive, Justin Jefferson, and
is that a wrong statement? Than Justin Jefferson?
I think so. Look what he's done.
I mean, Max, it's only 7 games.
Look what he's done, though. Like, do you think he's slowing down?
I mean, yeah, he can hit the rookie wall. I mean, you can't.
What's the rookie wall, though? That's what I'm saying. Like, what about him suggests rookie wall?
Some guys hit it early. Some guys hit it late. I felt like Justin Jefferson started off slow, wound up picking it up. Some guys hit it mid-season. Some guys hit it late. I think it is real.
Other than them, literally, I don't think this is really possible with their offense because Boyd's good, Higgins is good, Uzama's been a breakout tight end. Would you say?
Yeah, picked them up in fantasy.
No, you did not, did you?
Yeah, I swear.
He had a great game. Marlon Humphrey had a rough afternoon, really rough afternoon. He's gonna be fine. He's one of the best corners in football.
Yeah.
I just don't think, other than just shading the safety over the top and doubling him every freaking play, which I don't think you can really do with this Bengals offense. That's the only way to slow down Jamar Chase. He's an elite athlete, got really good hands. And somehow he can catch footballs. And I think we have to give kudos to the Cincinnati O-line. They kind of held up today.
They did. There were certain points where they did get beat, but I think that's where Joe Burrow and
they don't have to be perfect though with Burrow. He's a mobile guy. He can get out of trouble.
But this is what I was going to say. Burrow did a phenomenal job against the blitz. You know how the Ravens are. They like to play a lot of zero coverage. They threw the house at him, and he made them pay. It was obvious. He had 400 yards, and he has the perfect guy to do it in Jamar Chase. You do not want to leave this guy single coverage. But
it always seems like he's covered one, and right at the end, he hits that 5th gear, and he's like a little bit away, and it's touchdown.
Yeah. Now, here's the real question. Crazy to say this. You know who's number 1 in the AFC right now? Not the Bills. It's not the Chargers. It's the Cincinnati Bengals. I know it's week 7. Are they a real contender?
I'm going to say no. They're in the Arizona. I put them in the Arizona, Green Bay. They're a contender for the playoffs, no doubt, but Super Bowl contender, I got to see a little more from this team.
Obviously.
This game reminded me of when Cleveland whooped Baltimore's ass in week 2, I think, of last year or a couple years ago. Remember that? When Nick Chubb literally destroyed them single-handedly?
Right.
This game kind of reminded me of that. Like Bengals, it was close, and then it was over real quick.
No.
I think the Ravens will be fine. I don't take anything into this game. Like, yeah, it was more telling for the Bengals than it was the Ravens.
Jared Goff, can we both agree he fucking sucks?
Oh yeah, let's. I gotta give props to the Lions. They came out, were playing hard. They scored a touchdown on the opening drive, onside kick, get it back, and then they still lose by 9.
Dude, they're playing with any itty bitty Lions heart that they had.
Dude, they had the heart of a champion. They literally threw it all.
Oh,
and then you just see the difference between Jared Goff, 260, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, Matthew Stafford, 334, and 3 TDs.
Yeah, that was it. That was the big difference. It was a gut punch for the Detroit Lions and Jared Goff specifically. You trade a guy in Matthew Stafford, you get a guy in Jared Goff. Quick stat about Jared Goff. How many wins do you think he has, Max, without Sean McVay?
We've said this every week, 0. I already know the answer. 0.
0, bro.
Big fat goose egg. Look, this is what I'll say about this game, and this I think will sum it up really good. Jared Goff, if you flip the quarterbacks, right, they were like back on their old teams. I feel like Jared Goff could still have the same stat line, but the Rams win this game. Am I tripping?
It's tough because Stafford kind of wins these games sometimes when it's that close.
But I feel like Jared Goff's had games like this for the Rams where they won, and people were like, oh, he didn't play that bad.
Yeah.
And it's just like Jared Goff's not good, dude. Not good at all. He threw bad interceptions, and I got to give props to the Lions for playing hard. I know they're 0-7, but they're not a team. They're not a train wreck that just gets blown out week after week. They compete.
They do compete. They love their coach. They love their coach.
Still get into it with Aaron Donald today.
Yeah, awesome. No fear. It was awesome. That was great. The Rams, they took care of business. They're in
a different league.
They didn't cover the spread, but they took care of business.
That's why you lost the picks this week there, and you lost them when we picked.
Let's go to the last. Is this the last game? Falcons, Atlanta, and Dolphins.
I think it is. I think we hit the Packers. Yeah, it's the last one.
Okay, so let's hit this one last. Ooh, Falcons. They get a dub, bro. They're 3-3, 30-28.
I picked them. You rode with the Dolphins one. That's all I'm gonna say.
It was a close game.
Oh yeah, it was an awful game. Well, it was a close game. It was bad football.
Yeah, it was. Thoughts on the game?
Tua is still not the guy. He threw 2 picks, but one was just awful, where he's getting sacked and tries to make a play. It was right after Xavier Howard made an amazing play, and I feel like those are the type of plays that just zap your team's soul.
Are they just trying to make the transition from Tua to Deshaun just a lot more easier?
I hope
we're 1-6, bro. We gave him a shot. Deshaun's our guy.
Does Tua really have that much faith? Has he instilled that much faith in the Dolphin faithful?
No. I would love to meet a Dolphin fan who still believes in Tua, because I don't see it.
I've never met one Dolphin fan that believed in him this year.
I see the same problems every game, Max. I really do. He's slinging the ball a little bit more out there. He's making a little bit more plays. He still plays reckless, though. One of those interceptions, man, were egregious.
Yeah, the one where he was falling, right?
Bad, bro. Yes.
Yeah,
it was bad. Terrible, dude.
I think the Dolphins are dead. They're done. And it's really, we were both very wrong about them.
Kyle Pitts, 7 catches for 163 yards. He didn't catch a touchdown, but man, seems like he's kind of figuring it out. And they're getting him more involved into the offense.
Do you know what Jamar Chase calls that stat line one?
What?
A slow day, bro. Just had an okay day. Kyle Pitts liked every part of the prospect we thought he did today.
Yeah.
He hasn't been the problem. It's just been getting him the ball. And when you're a bad team, a lot of times your good receivers don't really get the props. And if you don't think I'm right, go look at Larry Fitzgerald's stats.
As crazy as Matt Ryan's stat line looked, and I know they won the game. Matt Ryan made some really bad plays in this game too.
Yeah, that pick was awful. Or that fumble, sorry.
Yeah, the fumble was really bad. I was just like, geez. But Falcons are 3-3. They're not as bad. I don't know if that's a good thing.
No, the Atlanta is a bad team. Do not mistake their win-loss record for good.
No. I'm not saying they're gonna make the playoffs or anything.
No,
but
I know. I'm just saying they're bad. They just
they're bad.
Catch some teams.
But I feel like their record's not gonna be bad, and I feel like they're gonna miss out on a player, like a blue chip guy.
Yeah, this is like the typical worst case scenario. And I need the Dolphins to do bad. Well, we have their pick this year, so
yeah,
we'll take it. But the Dolphins got the Niners pick, so they might not even really lose out.
That actually brings me the Dolphins, man. That's my teabag team of the week. Dolphins. Tua. It's them, bro. Are you gonna pick your Eagles?
Yeah, oh yeah. Go ahead and put it up there.
Oh my God, Philadelphia.
Fly Eagles fly. Teabags. Man, you can't make me look that bad and not be my teabag team of the week. I rode with y'all this week. I gave y'all a little bit of hope, and y'all did not give me any reason to like this team. We suck. Who's your second place teabag team of the week? I had the Niners.
Probably the Texans. They just always
they're always just there. They're bad though. There's a teabag team of the week is the team that should have done better. I felt like.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pick Denver or the Chiefs? Maybe
Denver
the Chiefs
was pretty bad.
About the Chiefs?
Yeah, Chiefs. Yeah. Don't they deserve a little bit like of blowouts though? It's like
if you had to pick a teabag player of the week, would it be Jimmy G?
Man, it'll be a toss up between Jimmy G and Teddy Bridgewater.
I'm trying. What other quarterback played pretty bad? Justin Fields?
Oh, Sam Darnold.
Oh, Darnold. Nah, no. Throw it up there again, dog. Darnold, this for you, dog.
Sam fucking Darnold. Soul picks? Did we get him?
I went the Rams, and I think you went the Cardinals, so we're good. We're safe. Good. I was a little scared this week.
Yeah, we're good, man. Anything else you want to talk about for the weekend? Any storylines?
The Lakers getting their first dub. 5 minutes. We're at an hour. You want to spend 5 minutes on it?
Let's do it. Let's talk Lakers. Look, are you as scared as everyone else is after these two games?
Define what being scared is.
Okay, take your Russell Westbrook shit out of it. Okay, I get it. We both don't like Russell Westbrook. As a whole, though, Max, are you fucking panicking like Lakers suck, LeBron's old, they're not gonna make it to the playoffs?
No,
are you there?
No. Okay. I will say this. I am very worried about the problems I deem as really big problems. And I'm not like most Laker fans and just be like, oh my God, LeBron didn't play. AD's still soft. He's the problem. The problem with this team for me is going to be spacing with the three main guys. Yeah. Russell Westbrook has made 1 3 so far, and he's not had one good shooting game. And to me, what I'm worried about with him, and a lot of my worries, Westbrook, his shot looks the same. It looks like it's not improved at all. And I said I don't think it's going to improve. He's the same guy. It's just he makes it so hard for teams to guard. And I've seen so much of the AD defense where it's just, we're not even going to guard you, bro. We don't even care. So I am worried about that. But overall, this team, I have faith that LeBron and AD will still be elite. And then hopefully they'll figure out Westbrook. Right now, dude, Rondo's better than Westbrook as fit-wise next to those two guys, which is crazy. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just serious.
Melo looked good.
Melo had an amazing game tonight. Oh, my God.
Night. Hello, Melo.
That's the Melo everyone wanted in OKC and Houston. Yep. And it took him a long time to figure out how to be that guy.
Exactly.
I just want to say one more thing. Can I say one more thing?
Can I get my take on the Lakers before you cut me off for the 20th time?
Sorry, I don't look at you when you talk because my camera's. I gotta start moving the laptop in front of the camera so I can pay attention. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm not worried about the Lakers, and I completely agree with you with the whole Russell Westbrook thing. It's gonna be a problem, but in the regular season, I think they're gonna figure it out. It's gonna take time. They got 9 new players, Max. It's gonna take time. I still have faith in it. They have 2 of the top 5 players in the league with Davis and LeBron. They need to find a way to probably just scatter the minutes more with Westbrook. They need to find a lineup where he's out there by himself. And I still have yet to see that. I always feel like they're playing him a lot with LeBron and AD. And I feel like you need to let him go out there with the second unit and let him create a spark. That'll be really good for the Lakers. But we'll see.
Are you done? I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. 2 more things. I just added one. AD can't shoot threes.
Or free throws.
The free throw thing is concerning. He's like 84%er. Yeah. But no, I'm serious. He can't shoot. I literally think it's something to do with his shot is really high. You know how, like, okay, so compare his shot to Jaren Jackson's, right? Jaren Jackson's is flatter. He like pushes it out compared to this, right? I know everyone can't see it. But I think that's why he can't shoot threes, because his ball's too high. He needs to flatten it to shoot threes, and then that changes his jump shot. He's always short. It's always short.
No.
And then
what's their second thing?
Westbrook, so far, his shot 0 for 7 for 3. He shot 1 for 11 from 3. Now,
what's his twos? Real quick. You have his twos? Like just regular field goals?
I got it.
I bet it's just as bad, man. Pisses me off.
Okay, so 4 for 9 the first game. And then 6 for 12.
That's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Shooting 38% from 3. I mean, from free throw line. That's great. But no, I'm only concerned because, look, I can handle Westbrook shooting bad from 3.
Yeah.
But last year he shot 28%. Or 31%. Can I just get 31% again, dude? Don't get worse. Like, don't be 20% from 3. That's all I want. I just want Westbrook to be 32% from 3 this year.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's asking too much.
Most definitely. We'll see how it goes. Still super early in the season.
Very early. Very early.
Very, very early. I'm glad that they beat a team in Memphis. It was close, but, I think Memphis is pretty good. They're not
a lot of young talent. DeAndre Jordan is a bum.
Yeah.
He's worse than McGee. Yeah.
As expected. Well, is that it, Max? Any other thoughts on the weekend? Any other stuff you want to talk about?
No, I'm just excited to get back into basketball. I've been watching a lot. Anthony Edwards' video doing great. Anthony Edwards looks a lot comfortable from 3. Everybody who thinks Lonzo Ball's not a 3-and-D player still, that's right there for you, because I'm right. All that guy does is shoot threes. He's a volume 3-point shooter. You can at me and ask me, why do you think he's a 3-and-D player who can play make 3-and-D plus P? Those of you who watch the video, you know. That's all I'll say. Sorry if I flipped you guys off. I'm just upset because I had so much.
The Eli Manning.
I know. I mean, you remember how many people thought I was crazy because I said he's a 3-and-D player? Like, I'm crazy for saying that.
A lot. The comment section was getting at you.
Was I wrong though?
I don't think you're wrong.
Thank you. I don't know. Yeah, my bag, dog. It's a couple.
All those videos we make, I'm not letting them come out if I don't agree with you.
Hey man,
I'm gonna have to.
So my Raiders video I'm making right now, Fool's Gold.
Yeah, if I don't agree with you with something, it's gonna be known in either the comment section or in the video.
All right, bro. All right. Thank you for doing this. It was fun, man. It's a little later than usual, so I'm a little tired. I ain't gonna lie.
You always tired, bro. All the time.
You tired? I'm tired. Jesus wept. Let's go.
All right, man. Well, thank you guys as always coming here and watching the Max and Juan cast. We're live every Wednesdays. We're doing recaps that drop every Monday. Subscribe, like the video, comment down below what you guys think. Spotify, Apple Podcast listeners, rate the podcast, like the podcast, whatever you got to do to support us. It's very helpful. Links are in the description. You know what else is in the description, Max? Instagram, Twitter, at Max_JuanCast, as you guys can see on the screen. What were you going to say, Max?
No, I said thank you guys for watching, man, and listening and supporting, liking, commenting, subscribing. Let's keep growing.
Over 270. Shout out to you too.
272.
272, baby. I have a feeling we gained some fans with the Anthony Edwards video. You guys got to check that out if you guys haven't already.
I think it was a good video. So
yeah, very good video. All right, but we'll catch you guys Wednesday. Peace.